Hi, my name is Sana Ibina and I have the channel Walk of Life by Sana Ibina. And today I would like to share a personal story. It's a story about how I found my why, how I find my way to discover my soul purpose, my life purpose, the things that I'm really longing for. My story starts with a little detour because for some years ago I decided to make a small business just by myself. I have already had an early retirement. I had chronic pain, but I was allowed to make a small contribution with a small business next to my income. So I decided to do that, and to make sure that I could get some success and do what I was longing to, I decided to get a mentor. I had, over the years, I have had mentors and coaches and healers alongside me. And for most parts, it has been good. I've taken a few educations along the way, and I have talked to a lot of people. And most of the people I have talked to were all about, oh, you have to find your why, you have to know why you're doing it. And I was just like, well, because it makes me happy, maybe. And many of the coaches, many of the mentors were like, if you don't make millions already, it's because your mindset is off and you don't want it truly inside. And I was just, yes, I have this longing. I have this deep longing, but I can't put my words into it. I can't tell you what's my why because I don't know. I can't tell you, but I feel this longing inside of me. So in the end, it felt more and more off. It was all about the money. It was all about, oh, you don't make money, then you don't do the right thing. And I was like, but I feel it inside me so strong. You have to understand. And in the end, I decided just to close down my business. I did that in the middle of October 23, and it's now June 24. So for about 6, 7, almost 8 months, I have practically done nothing. Usually I do a lot of videos in Danish normally, and I make healing arrangements, events, and make circles and ceremonies, but I haven't done nothing. So recently I came across the why, and I can now tell the story about my why, because this story isn't about some longing for this life or from this life. It's actually comes from a life so many years ago. It all started, I think it was summer 22, I guess. I have won this session with this beautiful, darling shaman here from Denmark. And I've won like 30 minutes a session over the telephone, and we got together on the phone and we were talking, and suddenly my daughter came in and she started talking a bit. She was like 6 years back then, I guess. And this mentor of mine, this beautiful woman, she was my mentor back then. I haven't met her by that time. She said, "Oh, you have had so many lifetimes together, the two of you. Actually, I'm being shown the first lifetime you had together. Would you like to hear about it?" And I was just, yeah, of course, tell me all about it. And the funny thing was, I have been in what's it called in English? Regression therapy before, and I have traveled to former lifetime both with a therapist and also by myself when I astral travel. But never before this I had this instant feeling of being there. So she started to tell about this lifetime, and I was there. I could recognize everything. I saw the landscape, I saw people around me, I saw my current daughter, but she wasn't that back then. I could see it, and not only could I see it, I could feel it. And I recognized this longing inside of me. It was all about what I was doing back then. So I would like to share this story with you because it was so profound for me. So back then, I was this healer slash negotiator slash speaker who traveled around the world by foot, of course. It was back in the days. So I traveled around, and when I got to a city, I would heal the city, the people in it. I would speak my mind. I would tell my truth about how I saw they should be living. I talked to people who had problems, help them find solutions for their problems. If there were fights, I would talk to them about that. I just came, I stood up on a rock and I started talking. And while I was talking, I was healing. I was healing the crops, I was healing the city by itself, I was healing the people in it. I was just coming bearing these light coats and I just served them, so to speak. So on this travel, I met this girl. She was like 8 or 9 years when I found her, and she was an orphan. It was my current daughter. And she started to travel along with me and became my apprentice. And she walked along, and I literally all this life, I just traveled from city to city, town to town, helping people, leaving the cities and the people better, in a better shape than when I came. The crops were richer, the harvest were bigger, and everything was just nicer, if you can say that. So while I saw this, and she was talking, and I was there, I was so there, I just recognized this longing inside of me. It was like this true feeling of knowing who I was when I heard this story. So I heard this story and I put it down and I said, well, that was nice to hear that story. And then I moved on with my life. I actually took some education with this beautiful shaman, and I had this magnificent year, and I decided, well, now I'm ready to do this business. And then I came into all those mentors who said my mindset was fucked and who said that I had to put words on this why, and I just couldn't. So here this last 6-7 months, I have decided that I wouldn't say anything until I couldn't help saying something. So I have been quiet, some kind of quiet, because I have helped people I met and my friends and people I love. I can't help it, I always do that. But I haven't shared anything on a larger scale. But lately, this longing inside of me for speaking, for healing, for sharing my light codes, for sharing my knowledge and my perception of life and the world and everything in it, and this major shift we're in, it has just grown bigger and bigger. And suddenly, just a month ago, I will guess, I realized this is the longing. The feeling I have had for so many years, so many lifetimes, where I have traveled around the world and been a big healer, and I have changed perception for people, the way they saw life. I have helped them see life another way. And that is my why. This longing inside of me is my why, because I want to help change this world. It's not my job doing it. And the greatest way to change the world is to change myself. So I have worked so hard to change myself, not change into someone else, but change myself back to who I am. not the story that has been put on me and told me, and the one society wants me to be, or the little box they want me to fit in, but the true me, the inner me, the one who travels around the world to heal the crops and the do speaks in the town square and share her knowledge and her wisdom and her perspective. That's the true me. I don't have the truth, but I have my truth. And my dream is to inspire people to go search inside themselves. Who am I? Who are you? And what is your dream? Not what does society expect from you? What does your family expect from you? But what do you expect from yourself? Not because of outside things, but the inside. The things that lives inside you. Maybe you have a story about a former lifetime that just makes your life click in some way. Maybe you have had an experience in this life that have formed a purpose for you. I wonder why. And what can you use it for? So I would like to encourage you to think about, why are you here and who are you? What are you here to do and what to dream about? What is your life dream? One of my greatest dreams is to share my light codes. I know from in every cell inside of me, in the bottom of my heart, inside my soul, I just know I am carrying these light codes, these healing keys that can unlock your potential, that can unlock some light codes you are carrying in this world, that can help you find your true self. And I would love to share this with the world. Not because that I am the only one, but because I'm one of those who can do it. This is my dream. My dream is to share those light codes. And every time I speak here on video or at a show, a speak where I'm standing and speaking to people right in front of me, or when I talk to people one-on-one, I share these light codes because I can't help it. It wants to come out and it wants to make your life better. It wants to wake your potential up, and it wants to wake these light codes that's embedded in you. Because we are so many who carries them around without knowing it. And the world needs it now. The world needs these light codes to be freed so we can heighten the frequency of the world and make a better world. So this is my dream. What is yours? I would like you to think about that. I would like you to share with me in the comments, what is your dream? What is your life purpose? What is your why? And how did you discover it? And if you haven't, then share that. I'll just check if I have remembered to say anything, everything here. Yeah, I think. So, I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for the fame. I'm not here for special something. I am here because I have this longing inside of my body. I have this longing right down in my cells to share this with you, to share these light codes, to share my knowledge and wisdom, to share what I channel. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening, and thank you for liking and sharing and comment on this video. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. I will really look forward to see you next time, and I encourage you to find your true dreams. Find your way. Be that person you are supposed to be deep inside, not because of the outside, but because of the inside. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you next time.